Welcome to Authentic Magnetism, the channel. We help coaches, course creators, and spiritual entrepreneurs find their authentic voice and magnetize soul-aligned clients. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and follow along for more. Now let's get on with the episode. So offers are what you sell in your business. And it's really important to have the right offers positioned to the right people at the right price. So let's dive in. What is an offer? It's essentially something you have for sale. It can be a single offer, a single product, or it can be a group of products. It also has to be relevant to your audience. Sometimes when people go wrong with offers, they are trying to sell a solution to a problem to the wrong people, the people who either don't have that problem, aren't motivated to solve that problem, aren't motivated to spend money on solving that problem, or sometimes it can be the offer that's a little bit off and that it's not generating the solutions and value, or people don't see that it's going to give them the solutions that they want in that offer. So typically your offers are going to solve a problem for your audience. Your messaging is going to communicate the value of your offer and why someone would want to buy this from you. And that's the really critical piece of this. I think in this day and age, when there's thousands of human design coaches who coach entrepreneurs, why would you be attracted to me? Why would you want to buy one of my products over any of the other people out there? And what it's going to come down to is the energy that I'm putting out into my messaging, into my products, into my offers, into the way I nurture you guys as my audience, into the way I create content and deliver content. So those are the things that I want to make sure represent me and what it's like to work with me. Because if you're putting things into your aura, because essentially how this works is you're going to put that energy into your aura, and you do it without thinking. You do a lot of this on default setting just by being you. But when we start digging into how human design can help you with this, it helps you be more clear in broadcasting who you are and what you can offer. So when you're selecting the type of offer, the first step is you want to consider your audience. Your offers are going to need to be relevant to your audience. So they need to solve a problem that they have. They need to be valued correctly so that people see the value, the balance of value for money. They need to be positioned correctly. You need to be speaking to the right people at the right time about the right things and in a confident way that expresses that they can assist and help you solve this problem. You'll need some way of communicating to your audience, and typically we do this through content. So I'm doing kind of 30 days of lives to communicate my message and some of my offers and what my offers have. And your messaging is going to attract people to you. So when you're thinking about your audience, the first question is, how big is your audience? If you have a small audience, your offers are going to need to do a couple things. So your offers, you want to have you're going to be growing your audience alongside offering that thing to them. And typically, if you have a small audience, your product or offer that you have is going to need to be of a higher value for you to deliver it. If your offer is a $10 offer, you have to do a huge volume in sales to be able to make that kind of valuable for you as someone to offer that. So how big is your audience? How warm is your audience? Have you been kind of nurturing your audience and you haven't sold very much to them in a while? Or have you been working with that audience and you're kind of looking to just relaunch something or launch a new line? That's a different audience than this cold audience. So right now, I'm working with a cold audience and a small audience. So what you're looking at, what that means for me in terms of offers is I'm going to be looking at offering something that's of high value and a higher ticket price Now, it doesn't have to be a huge ticket price. I'm not talking about, 6 months of coaching, but I am going to be launching an opportunity to work one-on-one with me, doing a VIP day session. It's coming very soon. And it will give people the opportunity to spend 5 hours deep diving into their chart and into the way that their business and their energy work together and setting some of these structures up in your business. So it's coming soon. I'm really excited about it. But this is something that is a higher ticket. It's a four-figure offer for people to buy. And I don't have to sell a lot of them to make it worthwhile. I also have books for sale. You can buy them through Amazon if you want. But when for the purposes of this 30 days of content sort of situation, looking at this type of offer is going to it's going to meet some of those needs in the clientele. So how juicy is this offer? Do people want to buy it at that price? Do they think it's a good deal? Is it a good value? When you offer this, are people like, yes, I can't wait to purchase this from you? So these 3 things about your offer and about how it engages with your audience are really critical when you're setting up your offers. All right, so let's talk human design. I know you guys are all super excited about this part. You're like, yeah, on the offer part, but how does my design help me sell my offers? So in your chart, you know this already, you've got defined energy and then you have undefined energy. Your defined energy is the energy that you typically consistently have pretty good access to, even if it's in an undefined center. You'll fairly consistently have access to that through transits and people around you. And that still will be kind of that self energy. Sometimes we talk about our defined energy as our strengths. I don't love putting kind of weighted language of strengths and weaknesses on energy like this, because all energy is on a spectrum. All energy is neutral when we really come down to it. However, these are things that typically we typically describe them in that kind of strengths category when we're talking about your defined energy. So when you're around people who don't have definition where you have definition, you're going to condition them. They're going to, and this is not a process that you can do anything about. It's a natural process. They're going to pick up on your defined energy and it's going to influence them in their undefined areas. Now, this works vice versa. If someone has defined energy where you're undefined, you're going to pick up conditioning off of that person and off of the transits and off of the collective around us in that energy. So your defined energy, how it works with offers is it's the energy that you have to build and create offers. Okay. So these are like your concrete skills that you're going to use to develop your product, to create the ecosystem around it, to build out the web pages and the funnels and the whatever. These are like the concrete skills of creation and offers. You have these skills, but you have your own version of these skills. Typically, our defined areas, we're typically a little bit blind in our defined areas because there's such a consistent and familiar energy to you that sometimes we forget that not everybody is going to have that version of energy. That's not going to be everybody's baseline to have access to all those different flavors of energy. So when I talk about offers in human design, your defined energy is going to make up how you create and build. And even though I'm using generator words here, every spiritual entrepreneur, every entrepreneur that I work with has to build something to sell. So that is part of entrepreneurship. So just because I'm not necessarily talking projector and manifestor and reflector language, I'm still talking about your defined energy is what you use to build out your business. And it also can really contribute to done for you type of offers. So consider, if you're doing kind of done for and done with, where you're doing some of the work. So consulting work is kind of a good category of what that might look like. It might look like, you're helping someone with a website build, for example, or something that you do for that client. Where we teach and coach from is actually coming in from our undefined energy. So your undefined energy is going to be where you're wise. You've been conditioned in this energy. You've experienced this energy in all of the different ways that you can possibly experience this energy from the people around you. Well, maybe not all of the different ways, because you probably don't meet 8 billion people on any given day. However, you do get exposed to other people's versions of their energy. And you are going to absorb some of this energy, and you're going to learn lessons from this conditioning. And that's what it is. It is conditioning in your undefined spaces. So this is where you are really good at helping guide others in the use of their defined energy, because you're able to create perspective for them through your undefined spaces. So a lot of times when people talk about human design or get into human design, they start thinking of defined is good and undefined is bad. And that is completely untrue. There are different ways that we engage with our undefined versus defined energy. And there's this concept of what is self energy, which is your defined energy. Defined energy is still on a spectrum, though. You can have lower vibration or lower frequency expressions of your defined energy, and it's still self energy. It's still an experience and an energy that is true for you. However, as an entrepreneur, the reflection piece of being an entrepreneur is that we want to explore how we're presenting ourselves through the vehicle of our business and expressing our energy, and hoping that we're expressing our energy in those higher vibrations of that energy and consciously shifting into those expressions rather than kind of sometimes our default mode, which is that lower expression, or it may or may not be a lower expression, but it can be that lower vibration. It's only in the undefined parts of our chart where we consider it conditioning and not self. And conditioning isn't bad. This is how we learn and have a human experience. So I also just want to throw that opinion out there, that when we're looking at undefined and defined and, oh, I've been conditioned, it's not always a bad thing. And that is really how we go to school of life on earth, is to experience other people's energy and the transit's energy and the collective's energy and how we show up in the world. So the other thing that human design does as an entrepreneur is that it helps people figure out why they want to buy from you. I mentioned a little bit earlier, there's tons of people out there that probably do the same thing that you're doing. And there's tons of people that want to purchase what you have to offer from you because you're speaking their language, you're vibrating on their level, you're emitting a frequency that they like, that they want to learn from, that they feel confident that you have what they need to solve their problem. And there's things that we do consciously to manipulate this energy, but also things that we do unconsciously. So there's certain things that you can do with your human design energy to deliberately speak to your messaging and your marketing and your business. But there's also stuff that's going to be completely unconscious that you do and you have less control over. So your human design chart can also speak to, who are you for? Who are you here to serve? Who can you help? And looking for that. And it doesn't really matter what you sell. You can sell, I used this yesterday. You can sell toothbrushes and still be operating in alignment with your energy and your human design. Or you can, and it can be part of your purpose. It just depends on how you show up to do that thing. So by leveraging your human design, you're also going to attract the right clients. It's going to help you have a clear message and speak in that authentic voice that is going to attract clients to you. So let's talk about crafting your offers. offers are going to be made up of a combination of things. And I'm not talking about product-based offers, even though that could be part of the offer spectrum that you have. But typically your offers are going to be made up of a combination of one-to-one services, one-to-many services, like group offers, or automated kind of passive income type of products. So you're going to have the fewest one-to-one, you're going to have limited one-to-many, and anybody can probably purchase your automated product. Your time is valuable, and I want you to consider the reason we value our one-to-one services, this is pretty obvious, at a higher level, is because you have very limited capacity to offer one-to-one services, especially if you think about all the other things that you do in your business. Unless you're hiring out the marketing and the messaging and all of the building and the customer service and the all the things that you do in your business, it's likely that you're doing those things and you need to balance the running the business versus delivering in your business. And that comes down to how many one-to-one offerings do you have. So let's take a minute to step back. We started off this with this video with kind of who this is for, which is people who are starting and building an offer, a business, or you're launching a new kind of brand or a new section of your business, or you're auditing or trying to optimize sales for your business. So I want you to think about, what do you have to sell? Pick an offer that you're going to promote for the next 30 days as you join me in this 30 days of live. And we're going to kind of go through this whole process with that one offer in mind. So if you're just starting out, you have a small audience or you have a cold audience, consider launching an offer that is a one-to-one or a one-to-few. You may not have the leverage yet in your audience to be able to offer one-to-many while you're building out. So pick one thing while you're building out the structure and the ecosystem around the rest. So pricing your offers. I've had a lot of pricing conversations with people about pricing your offers. And selling is going to come down to one thing. Will someone buy this offer from you at this price? And this is based on a lot of different decision-making situations with clients, but most of the time it's value for price. They're going to weigh whether they think that this is going to solve the problem and that they're willing to spend this much money to solve this problem, and that they like you and they know, like, and trust that they can purchase this offer from you and it will do what they expect and they'll have a good experience because they like you and they want to purchase from you. And the second piece of pricing that you want to consider is, what will the market bear? And some of this is, looking at average prices of offers in the digital realm, in the coaching realm. This is the Wild West. You can have people doing one-to-one services for under $100 to thousands of dollars an hour for one-to-one services. So what it really is going to come down to is, what's your audience, the market segment that you're targeting, what are they going to pay to solve the problem that you solve? So those are things that you want to consider as you're building out and pricing your offers. Once you have an offer to sell, you're going to need to have some version of a sales ecosystem to sell it on. And we do this with content, especially if you're doing this in kind of trying to leverage free media like social media. You need to start creating consistency in your content. So yesterday I talked a little bit, my very first day of this 30 days of content is about showing up consistently for your brand. And the kind of underlying piece of that is, you're showing up consistency to deliver value to your audience, to nurture them, and then to give them an opportunity to purchase from you. So content has 5 things that it's going to do in your business. The first one is, it's going to attract people to you, to your message, to the things that you have to sell. And human design has a lot to say about how we can kind of enhance or magnify or bring attention to certain pieces of our energy that are going to attract those clients to us. It also speaks to how we nurture those clients. The second thing that content does in your business. Consistency is one way we're going to nurture our clients. The type of content that we deliver, the type of results that you deliver, even in your free content to your clients, is going to help nurture those clients. 3 and 4. Now, this is especially with my spiritual entrepreneurs where you can get a little bit like about it. But it is essential as a business that you have to sell to your clients, which means that the pitch is going to set the clients up to know what you have, why it's valuable to them. The pitch is the positioning of what do you have and why would they want to buy it. And then you have to also ask for the sale. And this is something that a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs forget to do. They deliver value, they deliver content, they are nurturing their audience. But when it comes time to say, I have this to sell, and this is how you go and do it, they've got this great warm audience, and they're not selling to their audience. So you have to, and this is something that you will have to deliberately do in your business, is to pitch to your clients and close with your clients, which means give them a call to action to actually purchase the thing that you have to offer. So the last thing that our content is going to do in your business is it's going to deliver. It's going to deliver the things you've sold to them. It's going to deliver value in your free content. It's going to do what you promised that you were going to do. All right, that is it for today. Thank you guys for being with me all the way to the end, and I will see you tomorrow. No promises about what I'm going to talk about tomorrow yet, because I'm going to let my sacral drive the bus, but we will see you. All right, bye-bye. Hey, VIP day sessions are available now. If you're looking to get help in your business right now with one-to-one support, looking at your design and how it works with your business, this is the session for you. Click the link below and book now.